Hello everyone and welcome to the Full Court Press. We wanted to break up all this cold weather with some hot hoops action. I'm Dustin Dorsey. Our guy Trey Whitted is back in the house. Now, Trey, things are going to be a little different tonight with all our schools off this evening, but the show goes on. So, Trey, at this point of the year, we still have about a solid month left of the season. What have we seen so far and what has stood out to you?
Honestly, Dustin, I'm impressed with the overall style of play. Teams and coaches have adapted to this new pace and space style where they're opening up the court. It's given athletes an opportunity to showcase their individual abilities, make plays for themselves, make plays for others. It's also fun to watch.
Now, you know, as we see some of this video that pops up right here, who's coming out that looks like the early favorites for some of these conference championships?
I mean, you can't rule out New Hanover Wildcats for the boys. I mean, they're doing a great job of just playing with energy. Here we see Freddie Taylor, who is one of the leaders of that team, and we'll talk more about him here shortly.
Yes, we will. So now let's go ahead and focus in here a little bit. We are starting to see some of the stars emerge across the Cape Fear. So let's go ahead and give them some love with our Full Court Press watch list. Let's start with the ladies. Now, in no particular order, we've got Azaria Fields from New Hanover, Chloe Hernan from Cape Fear Academy, Lola Levin from Hoggard, a pair of players from Laney with Jensen Edwards and Sanaya Rivers. Let's start with Fields, though, Trey.
That's right. Azaria Fields, Dustin, brings energy every game. She's really improved her pace of play, knowing when to slow down, when to speed up. She can attack the basket, and she can defend. I mean, she's averaging 4 steals a game, so she's getting it done on both ends of the floor.
Yes, she is. Another player getting it done all over the place. Chloe Hernan from Cape Fear. You've been seeing plenty of her, I'm sure, this season.
Absolutely. One thing about Chloe, we always talk about her scoring abilities, but she's averaging 7 steals per game. And back to her scoring, Dustin, she has already eclipsed 1,000 points as a sophomore. She's played varsity since she's been in the 8th grade, and she's led the team in scoring all 3 years.
That is some impressive stuff. Lola Levin has been pretty impressive, obviously caught the college's attention. What do we see from her this season?
No doubt about it. I mean, Lola's just dedicated herself to getting better, dedicated herself to the game, and it's paid off. She's headed to Georgia Southern next year. She can stretch the floor, and she's a great player for the Vikings.
Yes, and we've got 2 great players for those Laney Bucks, those 12-1 Laney Bucks. Let's first talk about Jensen Edwards.
Jensen Edwards, another Division I commit, headed to High Point University next year. Now, Dustin, Jensen really inspires me, and I'm sure she inspires her teammates as well because of her ability to bounce back from adversity. She's dealt with a lot of injuries over her career, and she's been able to push those things aside and accomplish her goal of getting a scholarship.
That is fantastic work, and she's getting a lot of help from her freshman teammate, another freshman star this year, Sanaya Rivers. Talk about the other Buck.
Sanaya Rivers is a special player with a lot of God-given abilities. I mean, she's extremely athletic. As a freshman, she's already grabbing the rim. Her goal is to be dunking by the end of her high school career. And, of course, she's receiving D1 offers and a lot of attention. She's awesome to work with.
Now let's go ahead and talk about some of the guys. Let's start things off right here. Trey, first off, it's Freddie Taylor. You know him, you love him.
That's right. Freddie Taylor is the general and motor for this Hanover ball club. He's improved his outside shot. One thing I really like about Freddie, he's a competitor. He plays to win. He plays the right way. He's unselfish. He gets his teammates involved. He's a good leader.
Then it's over to Coastal Christian's Mike Parker.
Mike Parker had some time to spend with him this summer. And one thing that comes to mind with Mike Parker is his ability to be a vocal leader. He leads by example as well. He's in the gym before school. He's in the gym during lunch. He's in the gym after school. And he's really improved his game for the team. He reminds me of a Draymond Green. He can do a little bit of everything.
You know, I like that as a Warrior fan. Here's another guy that has a nice, strong presence under the rim. It's Sherrod Barry. You're going to see some great passes from him right here. What do you see this year?
No doubt about it. Just playing strong, playing with great pace, playing with an awesome attitude, and the Buccaneers are winning games.
And now another Wildcat. How about Romelo Williams?
Romelo is a scorer. He's a true scorer. He can get it down the outside, on the inside. Key asset for the Wildcats.
He is helping them with an undefeated conference record right now. And then finally, we wrap things up. Dunk Master General Jake Brownlee from West Columbus.
Jake is on my Instagram feed. He's on my Facebook feed. He's bringing a lot of attention to the West Columbus area. That place is always packed, and you're there to see him.
We are going to continue to see him this season. It's been fun so far. Going to be interesting to see if these stars could keep up the pace and see if anybody else can capture that spotlight over the last month or so left in the season. All right, coming up after the break, we transition into some college hoops. The weather didn't stop the UNCW women's team. We'll have their highlights right up next.